Video footage of people disappearing around the world has gone viral recently. Are they hoaxes, alien abductions, the rapture is starting, or something else? We'll look into all these options as well as some other strange occurrences in this video. First, I want to briefly mention that there are a few cases in the Bible of people disappearing and being taken from the earth into heaven. Enoch in Genesis 5:24, as well as Elijah in 2 Kings 2:11, are two men who were taken from the earth into heaven without ever dying. Jesus in Luke 24:51 also ascended into heaven after spending some time on earth after his resurrection from the dead. And Philip in Acts 8:39 is an interesting case of this as well. This is really more a scene of teleportation, really, and this is when Philip baptized the Ethiopian, and it says in verse 39, "When they came up out of the water, the Spirit of the Lord carried Philip away, and the eunuch saw him no more, but went on his way rejoicing." Now let's get into a few viral clips on TikTok recently of people allegedly disappearing. And I will say right off the bat that in my opinion, these three videos are all fake. I'll play what in my eyes out of all three of them seem like the most real first. And this one is a scene in a hospital where you see multiple people sitting around in multiple different scenes. And then just out of nowhere, some of them disappear. Everyone around, of course, starts freaking out, wondering what happened, but the attention that a viral video can get to someone's page or brand could easily cause someone to fake such a video, even with multiple actors in a scene like this. This is, in my opinion, what happened here. I think what kind of started it all was this video on September 25th that went super viral of kids mysteriously disappearing on a bus. The guy honestly driving, in my opinion, isn't that good of an actor. This seems 100% fake in my opinion.
Hey, you kids, step forward, please. Facing forward, thank you. That's what I like. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everybody hang on. Oh, is everybody okay? Kids!
Here's another video that garnered a pretty good amount of views, and in it you see just another group of a lot of people encountering an instance where people seem to have disappeared. This, as well as the last video, has, in my opinion, some pretty bad acting. So once again, I'm not buying this, but worth pointing out before we get into the rest of the topics of this video.
Like, freaking out. I don't know what's going on. What happened? Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, I don't know. I have no clue what's happening. There's people screaming. Sorry about that. I guess people like disappeared or something. The cops just showed up.
I know it sounds insane. I'm not kidding you guys. People vanished. I don't know what else to say. I know it sounds crazy.
This next clip that we'll look at to me seems more legitimate, and it seems more like a connection to Project Bluebeam, which is the program where they are allegedly doing tests in the sky of holograms. Some people link this to a fake alien invasion and them using that to cover up the rapture of the church. We'll get into that in just a little bit. But first, let's take a look at this flight. This was recently recorded as a plane was landing in San Francisco. And as you can see, this other plane just seems like it's just glitching out, hanging in the sky. This is what some people call a glitch in the matrix. Again, this was filmed by a passenger on another plane flying into San Francisco. Pretty strange. While talking about disappearances and looking at that plane, we have to look into Malaysian Airlines Flight 370. For those who don't know, this was an international passenger flight that disappeared on March 8th, 2014, and there was 239 people on board. There were many strange occurrences with lots of things surrounding this. Governments not giving out the full amount of info, people holding back information on what radar said. For a few months, they were saying it looked like the plane went missing in a certain part of the sky, and then later they said it was like way off in a different part of the sky, hundreds of miles in the opposite direction. Some say that the airline was shot down by military from other nations. Some people say it was brought down by people from the inside. There's many rumors, of course, and many theories, and even this video came out that was proven later to be a hoax, allegedly, of an airline flight flying with 3 orbs rotating around it. It's said though that the original footage of this was linked to a video from May 2014 that made no mention of Malaysian Airlines Flight 370, only airliner and UFOs. Which leads us back to Project Bluebeam and the alleged cover-up of the rapture through a fake alien invasion. We know that one day the rapture of the church will happen on the earth. All people who believe in Jesus Christ will be taken from the earth into heaven. This happens at a debated time, whether pre-tribulation or post-tribulation. For this concept, it doesn't really matter. At some point in Earth's future, every person who believes in Jesus Christ will be taken from the earth into heaven. What will be the story on the earth for the people who are left behind? Well, many people have come to believe that Project Bluebeam will be used as a fake alien invasion to cover up the rapture of the church. Here's a quick video on that topic.
4. A global event will alter the course of mankind's future. The world will stand witness to a massive alien invasion. Thousands of projected holographic alien warships will blanket the skies, sending people into a global panic. Real military crafts within the holograms will inflict actual damage to the surrounding areas to sell the gimmick. And as a result of the ensuing human chaos, a one-world government will immediately form without any resistance from the people. They will be the new world order.
For those of us who believe in Bible prophecy, we don't really know how all of these things will truly unfold to a T. Even when Jesus came and fulfilled over 300 prophecies, those who were people who studied the scriptures at the time didn't even see and still don't see that he was the Messiah. So all these different theories are worth considering. While these disappearance videos are most likely not real, I think it's worth pointing out that every year millions of children do go missing. People go missing all the time. So keep that in your prayers, because that is actually a real true thing happening in our world today. And whether you believe in pre-tribulation or post-tribulation rapture, that's an event that will one day take place for sure as well. 1 Corinthians 15:52 says, "In a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trumpet, for the trumpet will sound, and the dead will be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed." So just like that says, in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, every person who believes in Jesus Christ will disappear off the face of the earth to be with the Lord Jesus in heaven. And again, whether this happens pre-tribulation or post-tribulation, the tribulation is right there in the center of it, and that is a time of hard things taking place on the earth. Wars and rumors of wars are one of those signs. And with articles like this, China deploys 6 warships to Middle East over fears Israel crisis could spark World War III. The potential for us being on a straight path to the tribulation seems more and more likely every day. So make sure your life is right with Jesus if you want to be with that group of people disappearing off the earth to be with the Lord Jesus in heaven. I pray you all are well. Thanks for watching, and God bless.